When Nike dropped their cinematic teaser of Clark, one that many assumed was just another branding play, it became something much more. It became the spark of a comeback narrative rewritten in real time. Fans, analysts, and players across the league watched with bated breath. Some believed she was simply recovering. Others saw a complete transformation in motion. The court, the dim lights, the solitary walk toward the hoop. They all pointed to something that went beyond endorsements. In the weeks leading up to the release, momentum was building. Clark had never stopped working, even if rest had once been a missing piece. Hard-nosed training sessions, qualitative reps, strict rehab protocols. Insiders say this time she rewired how she approached her craft. Gone were the hours of sheer volume and fatigue-driven drills. Instead, precision, balance, and recovery took over. They say the real power isn't always shown in motion. It's in the stillness. And Nike captured that stillness. The brand isn't famous for understated storytelling in its global campaigns, so when they quiet the roar, you know something different is coming. When the teaser hit the timelines, social media progressed into hysteria. Frames were paused, scrutinized. The very sneakers she wore sparked talk about a possible signature line. Some spotted what looked like an early edition prototype. Others found the subtle nod to her team's colors behind a blurred background. Hashtags like unfinished business and Clark returns lit up feeds and memes. Analysts on major networks immediately ran the numbers. What does this mean for her market value, for the league, for the brand? One headline even put it plainly: Nike stock keeps rising. Caitlin Clark is helping. Investopedia. But this moment wasn't just about hype, it was about timing. The league was at a critical juncture. Viewership plateauing, media narratives shifting, questions circulating about how female athletes are being positioned. And here came Clark, less as a player and more as a signal. A signal that women's basketball might not just be the future, but the now. The teaser represented more than a player's return. It represented a potential reshaping of narrative and commerce. Of course, not everyone greeted the moment with open arms. Some critics questioned whether the campaign was too manufactured, too giant brand in its approach to individual vulnerability. Yet that tension between authenticity and branding, between comeback and merchandise, is exactly what makes this story so compelling. Clark stepping into that dark gym, into that spotlight, wasn't just a marketing moment. It was an invitation for the audience to believe again. Behind the camera, Clark's team and the franchise, Indiana Fever, watched closely. The franchise's public silence during the rollout only built the intrigue. They liked posts, didn't comment publicly, refused to confirm return dates, which is often strategy. When the noise is heavy, the silence becomes its own statement. And by staying quiet, the Fever let the teaser speak for her. Now, as the countdown to her court return begins, the stakes have escalated far beyond wins and losses. Ticket sales trend upward as soon as her name appears in a schedule. Broadcast networks adjust, sponsorship calendars shift. Even rival teams begin preparing for the Clark effect. Because when Caitlin Clark steps onto the floor again, it won't just be for a game, it will be an event. Not just for the Indiana Fever, but for the entire league. Yet for all the commerce, the global media blitz, the brand partnerships, the true story remains the one you didn't see. For every 15-second teaser clip, there were thousands of hours of rehab, whispers of second surgeries, moments of doubt, days of rest undervalued, lessons learned. The intensity, the rehabilitation, the mental re-engineering, that's what gave this moment its weight. And the teaser was less the beginning of her story than the visible. Marker of a chapter already in motion. This isn't just Caitlin Clark's comeback, it's Caitlin Clark's evolution. The trajectory she was once on, fast, bright, explosive, was changed. Now quieter, strategic, focused. Her next phase isn't about proving she can dominate. It's about proving she can endure, expand, elevate. When the lights come down in the gym again, when the sneakers hit hardwood in a packed arena, the world will be ready. And even those who rarely follow women's basketball will pause, because she's built that kind of gravity. If the teaser is any clue, the return isn't just for her. It's for a league craving its next movement. It's for young athletes watching from gym floors around the world and thinking, if she can come back, so can I. It's for brands realizing that her story can carry weight far beyond the arc of a three-pointer. And it's for fans who are hungry for something larger than the game. A story of renewal, of unfinished business turned into new business. So yes, the moment has arrived. The camera's on, the world's watching, and all that remains is for Caitlin Clark to walk through the gym doors with that spotlight behind her. Because when she does, and make no mistake, she will, the next play won't be just counted in points. It'll be counted in moments that shift conversations, broaden audience, and reframe an entire sport. So another day, another kind of promotion for Caitlin Clark, and if you thought this was going to be a nice calm off-season for her, it does not seem to be the case. The internet exploded after Clark made a surprise appearance in this brand new Nike commercial that left fans buzzing with one question. Is this her official comeback? After months of silence and speculation about her recovery, the ad showed Clark lacing up her sneakers, training under dim lights, and walking toward a court with the words "unfinished business" echoing in the background. The brief moment was enough to send social media into overdrive, with fans convinced her return is closer than anyone expected. But behind that cinematic teaser lies a deeper story of timing, recovery, and power. Fans instantly noticed the symbolism. The identical court lighting that mirrored her last game before injury, the slogan flashing like a declaration of war. Within minutes, Twitter and Instagram flooded with reactions. Freeze frames, sneaker theories, signature line speculation, the whole internet became a film room of marketing analysts. Even major sports media outlets couldn't resist. One called it one of the most powerful brand messages in recent WNBA history. A simple yet aggressive message. She's not done yet. What makes this moment different is that Nike rarely teases player comebacks in such dramatic fashion. This wasn't just an advertisement, it was a message, a statement. After a season of injuries, controversies, and media overload, this short clip felt like the calm before a storm. A signal that the biggest name in women's basketball is about to reclaim her throne. And that's exactly what fans are holding their breath for. Because if this ad is any indication, the real comeback story is only getting started. Did you feel that pulse the moment the ad ended? Do you believe this is more than marketing? Do you believe it signals a full-scale return? Drop your thoughts below and tell us what you expect from Caitlin Clark's next chapter. Will her comeback redefine women's basketball or simply reclaim what was once her stride? Let us know. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into sister moment of sport and story, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more behind-the-scenes sports narratives, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.